Hello YouTube! It's not a secret that many couples often complain about constantly arguing and fighting over the tiniest things, and usually both people in a relationship struggle to understand what are the reasons behind that, what to do, who's at fault, what's causing it, yada yada yada. The list may go on forever, and it all comes down to them also being unable to recognize the signs of the upcoming breakup. So let's try to figure it out. Here are 7 possible reasons why there are recurring conflicts in a relationship. Let's go! Reason number 1. You fail to hear each other. Generally, the main reason of any conflict in a relationship is the inability to hear your partner. Well, not literally, of course. The thing is that you can be very carefully listening to everything the person is telling you, but at the same time not really hearing them. In other words, not really understanding what they mean, not noticing the signs they are giving you, and acting without a consideration of their opinion. Naturally, in the eyes of your partner, you will look definitely egoistic in this case. A more extreme and obvious case is when either of you is trying to discuss something they deem important and the other one seems to be almost spacing out for the discussion. Obviously it will hurt and obviously it won't go unnoticed. Number 2. You are tired of a relationship. As they say, nothing lasts forever. Unfortunately, this most likely goes for your relationship as well. Sadly, sometimes you might not even realize it yourself when your relationship is already doomed and it's nearing its logical conclusion. It usually happens when the feelings are no longer as strong as they used to be. What once seemed cute and funny in your partner now seems annoying and irritating, and so on. Perhaps you just feel too much pressure caused by the limitation of a relationship, and maybe you simply want more freedom. Perhaps you wouldn't really mind living alone and being single for a while. So ultimately, the relationship just feels like a burden you should get rid of in order to breathe freely once again. The next reason is related to the previous one, but it's not exactly the same. So here's number 3. You are tired of the relationship. Or in other words, you're just tired of your partner, or maybe you're even tired of each other. The thing is, when people spend too much time together, they can eventually just grow tired of each other's company. The reason of trouble in this case could be the desire of one of you to find someone else or just get some sort of a new experience. Also, when one of you wants to change something, but the other shows lack of action or even any initiative whatsoever, of course a conflict is inevitable. However, it's rather easy to recognize this problem if it exists in your relationship. If you, for the most part, only see the bad sides of your partner, and if you're constantly comparing them to other people, then perhaps your relationship is in danger. Reason number 4. Your picture of the world has changed. At some point, one of you might realize that some priorities have changed, and that some things now have a completely different meaning. And while the one who has acquired some new values in their life and has changed their views on things is actually developing as a person, learning and understanding new things and so on, the other one might be lagging behind, refusing to change anything. It often happens when one of the two in a couple begins to study or explore something new and huge, like getting a new degree, or begins to do sports, or gets a new big hobby, while at the same time their partner continues to remain the same, being all talk and never even trying to improve the quality of life in any way. Well, there is a harsh but honest principle in a relationship. Either you try to match each other or you eventually break up. Because otherwise, as more time passes, the list of your differences will only keep growing, and so will the amount of your fights and arguments. Always remember, you two must be growing together, not growing apart. The next reason is that one of you might have different plans for the future. A classic example, your partner wants children and you chase a career, or vice versa. Sounds familiar, almost stereotypical, doesn't it? Well, if your views on your future life are too different, and you are just waiting for your partner to agree and follow your desires, naturally there will be conflict. Because nobody is going to yield, and if one defies the other's ideas, it will of course offend them. What do you mean you don't want to sit at home and raise our children? Or why won't you just settle down already and make a decent family with me? Remember, you will never be satisfied with a relationship if you know that you will have to choose between sacrificing your dreams or live through a breakup. Number 6. You just don't click. A romantic relationship often begins out of the initial passion, that spark that appears during the initial dating period, you know? It feels like you're meant for each other, and so you become a couple, only to realize after some time that aside from sex, you hardly have anything in common. You have different personalities, different views and values, you have no common hobbies, you don't really get along, and all of this causes misunderstandings and arguments. In a situation like this, you commonly have 2 ways to go. Either you break up, acknowledging that you have no future together, or you direct all of your energy on getting to know each other and find some common ground after all. The final reason is a bit more optimistic than all the rest, both because it's the most common one and also because it's the easiest one to fix. Number 7. You pay too little attention to each other. I guess we can all agree that everyone wants the attention of someone they love. This is something that doesn't require any in-depth explanation. If one of you doesn't get enough attention of their partner, or worse, doesn't receive it at all, they will try to get it by any means necessary. For instance, by causing yet another argument out of the blue. So instead of trying to get defensive and to prove yourself right, perhaps it would be wise to just take a seat and discuss whatever is causing your partner to be this way. Remember, you love them and they love you. Both of you want to make it work, otherwise you probably wouldn't be talking about it. And that's it for today. If you liked the video and want to see more of our content, please don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. Have a good day, and as always remember, stay red-pilled.